Hello, everybody. Hope y'all are having a great Easter weekend. Let's see. I don't. I might said. Oh, I guess it wasn't yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what day of the week it is. A couple of days ago, I did my sort of initial look at what I started to build for estimates or my estimate workbook or worksheet for the YieldMax single stock ETF funds. Well, before I get too in depth here, just a reminder I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. But most of this is in the other video that I did in the first, 20 or so minutes, and I really go into depth on why I chose what I did to put here and how I went about things when I created this workbook. Of course, as you can see, if you've watched the other video, you know there's been some changes here. So I will just do a very brief discussion through here, but I am not going to go into depth into my thoughts and, why I've done what I've done. Before I do that, though, I do want to mention that I think I've decided to do a little contest. I mentioned it in the middle of the video, but of course, if you didn't watch the entire thing, you might have missed it. But I've decided that I think it would be fun for us to do a little contest for everybody to guess what the estimated distribution will be for all of these YieldMax funds. So, and you can use, you can look at what, some estimates I have here and maybe some others and just come up with your own thing. However, I won't count your guesses if they match my workbook and stuff exactly, right? So it shouldn't say, be the exact same thing that I have here, because again, this is just data. You still need to, use the data and come up with your own thoughts on it. Of course, you can go look up more data. But this is what I have here. So what I had done, and I mentioned it about how I would do something in the Discord, and so I did do that. You will. So if you're in the Retire on Dividends Discord already, I'm going to show you how to get there. If you're not, then you'll still need to become a member of the Retire on Dividends Discord. And in fact, I just saw him a little bit ago. He posted a new updated link to that on his community post. So you can either grab it there, you can grab it in his context, in his text and stuff on his YouTube page. If you need it though, just let me know. I can always post it below for you. But if you go into the Discord and then if you're on the right here you have all the different channels. If you go to the one that says ETFs, YieldMax is the first channel. Oh. So then you aren't going to see these little things yet. But if you go to the channel and then up here at the top, you'd click on the little hashtag to see all the threads. And this is where I made the April estimate challenge. So I just dropped some information in here, and I put in here because, I don't know, I thought, well, whoever does the best on their guesses or whatever, then I can buy you a coffee. I know, nothing big, and then I can, I even mentioned something about, and y'all may or may not care, about going over some of the estimates, I guess, depending on how many were submitted or done. If there's too many, then we could just go over like the top person that won or whatever. But anyway, I have that data here, and then I created a spreadsheet here. I don't want to click on it because I have the other spreadsheet open and it'll kick me out of it. But in this spreadsheet, and I can't zoom in, it just has like all the ETFs on the left, and then it's a Google sheet, and then I just have an example there if you entered it. And so my suggestion would be is enter the data, and actually it says here, so you can see if you're looking here, there's a column here, and then there's another column, and then this was just the example. Obviously, you're not going to guess 10, so you would just put your name on the next column and put your guesses. But I would still screenshot it and put it in here in the Discord, just in case somebody accidentally, changes something or whatever else, and you have a record of what you did, but it would need to be dropped in here. Then once the distribution is announced, then I can go back and look to see what everybody had. I'll look at the spreadsheet and then, I'll double check that with what's in here. It'll just make it a lot easier, because if there's 20 people that did it, having to go through and type all 20 people, but I can definitely, look at the screenshot that you have and look at the spreadsheet just to make sure it was all the same. Yeah, and then the bottom right here is just telling you to put a screenshot in there, and then you would just, like I said, drop it down here, obviously before the distribution is announced, in order to qualify for it. But anyway, I just thought that would be a little fun. I know some people don't care, but I know some people want to guess, and I know we have some YouTubers out there that will guess too, that are also in our Discord. So don't just copy Rod's or one of their guesses and throw it in there either. You don't want to be disqualified for that. But anyway, so brief explanation. Again, I already mentioned about the last video, but what we're going to do here first, let's say the declaration date is going to be the 2nd. So that is next Wednesday. No, that's next Tuesday. Is that? Now I'm wondering. All right. Okay, so this actually is wrong. I don't know what I did. I must have just looked at the date at the bottom and assumed that was it. So the declaration date is the 3rd. The X date is the 4th. So you can see that there. And then we have the outstanding shares, which is the last day, the last holdings, which is dated for Monday, but it'll be before open on Monday. And that'll be that whole first line. And then, of course, we'll have the price, which is the last stock price. And then this new line that I put here, I'm going to zoom it out just a little bit so you can see all the text. But last time when I did the video, I might not have done it in the first few, but then I started looking at my separate spreadsheet with all of the distributions that they had made. I'm not going to do that tonight for you, and I'm going to save you time of me reading some of that data. But what I did do was add it here. Well, I added some of it. I did a distribution range, the distribution range that they've done. So the lowest that they've paid out, and then the highest that they've paid out. So for example, you can see here in AIYY, the lowest one was 40 cents and the highest was $1.35. And then in the next column, where it says yield IV or range, that 40% payout was actually 29% yield for that month, and the $1.35 payout was 84% yield. So that way you can just sort of get an idea of the range that's been paid. And then the last month's distribution, that was there last time, so that was obviously last month. The implied volatility, so this is if we did it based off the IV. And then the next one is just the short call premium that we've received for selling the calls. And then we have all of the trades for the short call. I have trades there twice. That's what I was changing some of this around, and this I was actually going to spell out short calls on here. There we go. And so I changed that to the premium received and the net trades. So if it's based off of the premium received only, there's that line. And then the next one is if we were looking at the net, which, everybody has a different opinion. And I know Jay has said it's sort of I can't even say it. Proprietary, proprietary. There we go. Let me get my words right. Data. So right now we're just looking at it several different ways, gathering all the data so you can make a decision. And then what I did down here is that I just did a range, which is a range of these three right here. And then this is just the average of those three, and then a percentage based on the average. And then, of course, this one is just the difference between the last payout and this average, obviously by cents, and then the difference in the percentages. So the things highlighted in blue, I think, are the things, unless, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. To make this video shorter, I'm just going to read out what the outstanding shares are, the past distribution range, and then what our current distribution range is. As a reminder, this may or may not be anywhere close, right, to what's actually distributed. So keep that in mind. Know that, these things are calculated based off of the outstanding shares. So if the share count, goes up, then the distribution will go down. And then we have 2 trading days left. So we've had, you can see the dates that we're looking at, what we've earned, or where we're earning. And then there was 20 total trading days, and we have 2 days left. So we have 10% left out of the 20 days. However, I'm not including what I had created this before also, but I'm not going to show this today for these because we have 2 days left, a Monday and a Tuesday, and I don't know that they'll make any premium those days. Because there's a Monday and Tuesday. If they do, it's probably only going to be because some people bought in, right? Additional people bought in, so then they'll sell. They might sell some calls those days. So anyway, I got to zoom back in. All right, so we are going to start going. So here for AIYY, we have 1.9 million outstanding shares. Our past distribution range is 40 cents to $1.35, and our current range, based off of our data, based off our captured data here, is 65 and 74 cents. So it may be in between there, or if they make a little bit more money, it may be a little bit more than that. But then if here is just an average of those numbers, if we want to look at that. All right, so AMDY, they have 5.35 million outstanding shares. Their past distribution range is 0.44 or 44 cents or $1.67. And their the IB is not pulling in. So I did not notice that these were like that. So sometimes with Google Sheets, let's see, there we go. I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't want to pull the data in, or it'll pull it, or it'll drop off at some point. It could be the websites or Google Sheets itself. And sometimes if you've had this and you've seen that, just going out and coming back in can fix it immediately. Otherwise, if you sit there forever, it may never fix. So anyway, going to AMDY, we talked about the shares, the past distributions, and the current range based off of our data is 77 to 80 cents with an average of 78 cents. Moving on to AMSI, 2,675,000 outstanding shares with a past range of 37 to 68 cents and a current range of 48 to 67 cents with that current average of 58 cents. Aptly, 3.15 million outstanding shares, previous distribution range 17 to 63 cents, current distribution range 28 to 95 cents with an average of 72 cents. Coney, 13,325,000 outstanding shares. Previous distribution range $1.08 or to $2.69. Current range is $2.16 to $2.46, and the average of those numbers would be $2.31. And I did fail to mention one more thing. So if you stuck around, if you're still watching and didn't fast forward, so this will be end of day Friday. So then since we have 2 more days, I can go over these and see what we have updated Monday and Tuesday night. All right, so Dizzo, 525,000 outstanding shares with a past range of 26 to 77 cents and current range of 43 to 48 cents with an average of 45 cents. Phoebe has 2,475,000 outstanding shares. Past distributions range from 28 cents to $1.18. Current range would be 34 to 92 cents, and current average is 62 cents. GUI, 1.7 million outstanding shares. Past range is 23 to 42 cents. Current range is 43 to 45 cents with an average of 44 cents. And I didn't mention it on this video, I did on the previous, but if it is a negative number like these net trades or the short call, it is not included in the estimated distribution range or the average. JPMO, 550,000 outstanding shares with a past range of 20 to 52 cents and a current distribution range of 16 to 37 cents with a current average of 27 cents. Murney has 1.1 million outstanding shares. Past distribution range is wide. 41 cents to $2.65. So the current estimated distribution range is 89 cents to $1.09 with the average of 99 cents. MSFO. We have 2,025,000 outstanding shares. A past distribution of 28 to 78 cents. A current distribution range of 13 to 42 cents with an average of 31 cents. And so I haven't looked at any of these numbers yet. I'm looking them the same time you are. Misty, it only has 1,050,000 outstanding shares. I guess everybody was waiting because they didn't want to buy in up front. Don't we all wish we would have bought more or gotten in to begin with? But anyway, this will be the first distribution. This will, so with this one, on the IV, one thing I did not do with this one is adjust this one. So these, this is just based on if it was a regular 30 days, just like the rest of them. However, for the short call premium and the premium received in net trades, those are actually with the last 6 weeks of data. I think it's been 6 weeks. So I guess technically that would throw this off some because I'm pretty sure I did not adjust this. So if you wanted to adjust it and it's time and a half, then instead of $5.22, then I guess you're looking at about $8. So then that would make this off down here. But the estimated range is $2.34, which was the smallest of the net trades. And then it's showing the higher range of $5.95 based on the premium range with the average of $4.50. I personally, I'm planning for the short call premium range of the $6, but we will find out later. If we move on to Nestle, we have 2,350,000 outstanding shares. Previous range is 42 cents to $1.26. Our current range is 46 to 70 cents with an average of 55 cents. NVIDIA has 12,125,000 outstanding shares with a previous range of 42 cents to $2.62. Our current range is $1.04 to $1.14. And current average is $1.09. And I haven't looked at all these, but I just noticed this one also has negative amount for the net trades. Here, OARC has 5.45 million outstanding shares with a past distribution of 24 cents to $1.09, which would have been like at the very beginning of that, by the way, of it coming out, inception. The current range is 38 to 53 cents with an average of 46 cents. And, I was like, why is this wrong? But no, it's the exact same. Last distribution was 46, current is 46. So they're both zero. PayPay, 700,000 outstanding shares. Previous distributions, 52 to 72 cents. See, this is one of those. So I guess I still need to do a line with my estimates. But like here, the short calls were only 8 cents. But I would go personally, if we're just looking at these numbers, I'm going to go off the short call premium of $1.04. But you have the range of 8 cents to $1.04, which is an average of 56 cents. SQY, 1.3 million. 1.3 million outstanding shares. Previous distributions 38 cents to $2.15 with a current range of 93 cents to $1.19 with an average of $1.02. Tesla, almost 45 million in outstanding shares. Ranges, is that right? Oh, I'm sorry. So this one is because it's split adjusted. So yeah. So theirs is the shares, your shares doubled basically, or the dollar amount doubled, right? So the distribution also doubled. I know somebody's gonna, let's see. I don't know how to use the app portion of this. Fill color. Where's the number? I might have missed that. It might have been over here. Oh, there it is, because it's white. That's why I missed it. Let me just make that text yellow. Just outstanding to, it's because of it's a little bit different than the rest of those, right? But anyway, so the past distributions would technically have been 41 cents to, was that $1.06 but they're doubled to account for the reverse split, or I doubled them to account for the reverse split. The last month's distribution was actually 81 cents though. So sorry, I lost track what I was doing. Okay, so the current distribution range is 50 to 74 cents with an average of 60 cents. Which, by the way, I talked about this last time, but if it was me, I would be going off the short call premium, which is 56 cents. But considering we just did this reverse split, and this one right here was probably only that because it's exactly double of what it was the month before. And, keep up the appearances because, well, it's because of people not understanding how the reverse split works. But, they just went ahead and doubled it but we know that these distributions go everywhere, right? Up and down. So the distributions, since they're everywhere, this could have been everywhere, but they wanted to show you that this is how it works. So I know if this was me and it was my fund, that I probably still would do it around 80 cents. Just because of the reverse split and everything else. So like here, I show that the premium earned has been 56 cents, but I would still probably, even if you look here, even if you look at the 74 cents, I mean, that's still the same percentage as last month, 55 cents, but I don't know. Maybe I just still don't know about the perception there and how people are going to think about this fund. So I would think they would want to pay it, just regardless of what any of these numbers are, that they would want to pay it around that 80 cents again, at least for one more month. But that's just my thoughts on that. And then we have Zomo with 925,000 outstanding shares with a past range of 20 to 41 cents. So I have an estimated range this month of 29 to 35 cents with an average of 32 cents. So hopefully this information is useful. Again, if you want to get a little bit of insight into why I chose to do these calculations like this, please go back and watch the first part of the previous video. And then I should be doing another one of these Monday night after the end of the day or the evening time, depending on the trades. And then just a reminder, I have a poll out there to try to determine. I know we've started we have different videos out there now, different daily videos for Ulti and the YieldMax single stock funds. And so I just did a poll to see, what most people really want to see. So I can make sure that I'm showing what you want as far as, do you want just the daily summary like I've been doing? Do you want to see, the trades and the holdings separately or together? Or do you just want to see the dollar amount? Because I've seen this too. They just want to see what the dollar amount is of the trades and maybe what the market value is on the thing. So basically just be like a one small screenshot like this. So I put that on there too. But please go out there and take that, because that may change the videos that I start doing next week. So I appreciate you joining me. Hope you we'll keep follow along. We'll do this a couple more times this week. I may or may not make some more adjustments here. I'll probably add a line at the bottom for my guesses, and then the announcement will be, Wednesday. The declaration will be Wednesday. And so then I'll go back and evaluate with those announcements, with the numbers that I had on here, and then see, if any of these stand out to be what's more accurate, or the majority of them, because there's lots of other considerations when doing these and looking at them. Like, they have a bunch of other questions, and I talk about those, I think, at least some of those in the other video. again, it's up to them what they distribute. These are numbers based on, which I should have said up front, based on the data that's pulled from their website. There's sometimes errors in their data. There's sometimes stuff doesn't get uploaded. Sometimes I know about the errors, but I don't know what the fix was. Sometimes you don't know about the errors. So this is just with the data that I've been able to obtain. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye.